Hey look everyone, it's me again. This is Organ Mike. I'm here hosting for Power Up with Pride 2025, benefiting True Colors United. This is Power Up with Pride 2025 running all weekend long, but the weekend is very close to over. We have 2 runs left. After this one, we will be seeing some Assassin's Creed Syndicate, but until then, we've got SoulMass here doing Muse Dash, but before we can talk about that, we need to talk about a $25 donation that came in for True Colors United. There is an incentive, a poll incentive in place. The question is Nyan Cat, and the answer this poll has given, or this donation has given, as with all donations so far, has been yes. So if you want no to Nyan Cat, you're going to have to donate against it. This also went to the Muse Dash Unlock Master Level 11 incentive, which we got $25 towards that. We need $500 before the end of this run to meet that, and there is a milestone incentive that has just been opened. If we make $5,000 for the marathon, we will be upgrading Assassin's Creed to 100%. So all we need to do is get that Muse Dash Unlock Master 11 target met, and we will also upgrade Assassin's Creed at the same time. Chat, I believe in you. I know you can do it. I believe, chat. Do you believe? Chat, do you believe? I want to see if you believe or not. Anyway, well, chat, you're busy believing. I'm going to throw this over to SoulMass for Muse Dash. Here we go.
Hello, everybody. I am SoulMass218, and welcome to a showcase of Muse Dash. I hope you're all ready to listen to some amazing music because I've chosen a special set list for everybody of some of my favorite songs. This is a showcase of the Master difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty in the game. I'm going to be working up from the lower Master 7 levels up to a Master 10. And like our host said, if you want to see Master 11, which is some of the hardest tracks in the game, you got to donate now because we got to meet that incentive by the end of the run. I want to see all of you with your dance emotes in chat. I want to see you going off. I'm going to go ahead and get this run started, and I'll let my commentators introduce themselves. I'm going to count us down. And 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, welcome to Muse Dash, everyone. Hi, it's me. I'm Olivia Fairlight. You might remember me from basically every time a rhythm game has ever shown up in this marathon in the last couple of years. This is Night Wander, and I told SoulMass that I was going to vote against this showcase unless this song got put in the set list. So there you go. Big, what's going on with you?
Hey, hi, hello, I'm Big Scared. I'm a Quiver Radicaster here on Twitch. I play a lot of scary games. You might not know this about me, but I moderate the Muse Dash speedrun board on SRC. And so this is one of my favorite games, and I'm super stoked to be here.
And this is a banger track to start off with, too. Kind of gives you a nice little basic idea of the gameplay. So we're hitting stuff, we're jumping over stuff, we're hitting stuff a lot, we're gathering stuff. You could think of Muse Dash as being a rhythm platformer, but it's really more of a horizontal scrolling rhythm game hidden inside of a rhythm platformer. It is not really platforming at all.
Yeah, I think of it as a little bit closer to one of those beat 'em up games, like a side-scrolling beat 'em up, because it's not just getting the rhythm in time. You are technically fighting these enemies that are coming at you down the track, and so while it is fixed, it does have that quality to me as well.
Yeah, it is definitely a very interesting coat of paint on a rhythm game. It's got a lot of great music, it's got a lot of great level design. This song bangs, so it's got that going for it. This song was also in Dance of Fire and Ice as a crossover, which is where I was first introduced to it. But yeah, no, this is a wonderful song to start off the set with. It's not too overwhelming. Some of the songs that we're going to see later on are very visually overwhelming and can be a lot to keep up with even for an experienced player. So we'll see some of those later on. And if you really want to get overwhelmed and see some banger songs, we have the Master 11s if we donate for them. So let's get those donations in, chat.
Would love to see SoulMass perform those for y'all because they are. I've taken a little peek at the set list, and it is beautiful choices.
Chef's kiss, absolutely, and a full combo to start off with.
Yeah, we're gaming.
thinking of that, we do have a donation that's come in from Scala Kitty, $25, saying, I believe in chat less than 3. And again, that is going to Muse Dash to unlock level 11. Chat, do you believe? Donate to show that you believe. Or just tell us you believe.
Yeah, shoutouts to Scala. Really great team member, good friend. This is Quishy sings a great song on the Amazing Space Shuttle. Or so Google Translate claims. My Japanese is not nearly strong enough to read all that kanji. In case you couldn't tell, this is a Toho song. You can tell because of the Toho girl. You'll see a lot of Toho remixes inside of a lot of rhythm games nowadays. It's kind of almost more prolific than Toho games themselves at this point.
Yeah, and it's worth pointing out that while Muse Dash does have quite a few collab DLC that you can procure, Toho is one of the most numerous. There are 4 different DLC packs related to this specific collab property, and this track is from the second of them. And so, while it is visually complex, there are some that have even more complex mechanics.
And why wouldn't you have complex mechanics? That's kind of Toho's whole thing, is beautiful bullet patterns that try to kill you.
Yes, yes.
So this particular song, though, is from a doujin circle called Halozi. It is also featuring vocals from Nanahiro, one of my favorite doujin and benpa artists in the Japanese doujin scene. So you got good vocals, you got a really good hardcore collective putting on a nice sonic showcase for us, alongside with this really engaging visual setup. Like, you've got all the little mini bosses coming in, adding in all the visual clutter. Like, this game is very easy to pick up. It's very satisfying to figure out how to read these charts on the fly. Blind plays in this game make you feel so galaxy brain, and it's really not that hard to pick up. It's actually fairly inexpensive too for how much content you get.
Yeah, the base game itself is only a few dollars, and there are expansions you can get that regularly go on sale for a very reasonable price. I do want to point out that we are currently playing using a DLC character related to the Toho collab. This one in particular, Marissa here, can float on a channel, and so she has the ability, you can just park her on the top lane and you don't have to worry about her falling back down. And that's really a unique mechanic that we're not going to get to see a lot of as we go through the showcase, because Lux will at some point be switching to their favorite character.
Yeah, this is definitely a game where character choice does influence your playstyle to a degree, so people will change based on comfort, based on their scoring needs, based on what they like the most. It just really depends. It's not a mechanic that I personally like in rhythm games. I prefer just straight raw dog scoring, but every game has their own unique twists, and that's one of them for Muse Dash.
Speaking of, we have landed on the Groove Coaster side of things. Yes, there is a Groove Coaster collab. There's collabs for Cetus. There are collabs for a wide variety of rhythm games. We're playing as Streamer Neko. I do want to point out that Streamer Neko is technically banned for speedrun purposes unless you are using Silencer, which is the elfin we have equipped right now. Silencer is important because it negates your abilities, and Streamer Neko is essentially invulnerability mode. And so, by equipping Silencer, the stakes are re-added to the level, and we just get to play as a really cute Muse. Because sometimes you just want to equip the visuals, and you don't need the power, necessarily, that they're offering.
And that is typically how I play, because I just care about score. But again, that's just me.
There are some muses that will boost scoring based off of how many hearts you collect, based off of combos, based off of fever time, which you'll notice is activating right now with the very rainbow-colored tops and bottoms of the screen. There are muses that do bonuses based off of how many of those blue music notes you pick up, based off of Gemini notes, which are the ones that occur simultaneously on the top and bottom track with the connecting line. There are so many different ways to attempt high score in this game, and that's just one way to demonstrate that you're good at this game. That doesn't even scratch the accuracy scale, which is entirely independent of score. Yes, you can get 100% in this game and not get an S, because they're completely different ranking systems. So it really depends on what you value and how you play the game.
Absolutely. And we're popping into Master 8s now. So we're going to be seeing a little bit of a step up in difficulty on This Is Medicine of Sing. This is from another DLC pack, I believe. Isn't that right, Big?
I believe so, yes.
So we're just going to sit back and enjoy this one. This is another beautiful song. I don't really want to talk too much over it, so let's just chill out. Mike, if you have anything you want to talk about real quick, now's a great time.
Oh, I'm enjoying this music as much as you. This is lovely. Still, there's always something to say since this is a charity marathon, and we are supporting True Colors United all weekend long. They provide implement innovative solutions towards youth homelessness and focus on the unique experiences of LGBTQ plus young people. And those are definitely some unique experiences and a good cause to join in donating for. So chat, if you think this is a good cause and you have a little bit of extra money you can hand out, this is a good time to do it.
Absolutely. And now that we're getting into our slightly higher difficulties, you're starting to see a little more density with the enemies and the projectiles and everything that's coming at us. This is only a 2-lane game, but you can have multiple buttons bound to each lane, which is going to help you to be able to hit all of these little triplets and streams and stuff. They're going to come down on one single lane. So everyone has their own layout that they like to use. We were talking about that a bit amongst ourselves earlier, because Big and SoulMass both play on keyboard. I actually play on my 2DX controller because that is my main rhythm game. I did not spend $1,200 importing 2DX controllers to not use them, so I play Muse Dash on that. So everyone's got their own preference for what works for them for this game, because the density does get too much to be able to only use 2 keys very, very quickly as you get higher in difficulty.
Yeah, and it's worth pointing out that this is a very versatile game. It is also available on mobile, so it can be played using your fingertips. It can be played using a fully mappable controller. I have played Muse Dash on my Stream Deck using hotkeys. It is incredibly versatile and incredibly accessible in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we mentioned earlier, it is fairly approachable price-wise as well. I'm going to look on Steam right now and see what it's looking at. Base game is $3, Muse Pass is $35, and I'm not sure where the DLC shakes out from there, but less than $40 for the amount of content that you get with those two alone, it's worth every penny.
Yeah, they have a really cool pass system where if you opt in for it, you will get the vast majority of DLC access as included with your bundle. Think of it like a bundle. There are some exceptions here. I know that the Migu packs are or are not included depending on which version you have. Check the details before you look into that. I do want to point out, though, that as we get higher up in the difficulty, the charters that you may notice producing these tracks will seem a little bit more familiar, a little bit more repetitive. I point that out because this particular chart was developed by a notorious charter named Howard Y. Howard is responsible for over half of the charts on our set list, so I do want to point that out. He is prolific and extremely talented. He's also just an absolute hater in the way that he places saw blades. So I'm pointing that out to you now so that way you can keep that in your back pocket for the rest of the run. I also want to point out that this song is part of the default game, so you should be able to access this with your base purchase of the game. I recognize it because it's part of the default pack speedrun. This is one that I always save for the last because it's really fun. The runs on it are they're very satisfying. And I think that's really a good example of the way that Muse Dash builds on itself, right? You can see the difficulty in the way that the flows play out. Also, grateful combo.
Yeah, and that was very solid play.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first song that we played on Night Wander as well, also part of the base game, although you do have to unlock it. Unless they changed the system since I last played.
Speaking of faces you will see pretty often, this one is Topazolite, isn't it?
It is Topazolite. Another longtime producer, another favorite of mine, and also Nanahira on vocals again. Very long-running member of the hardcore Tanoshi Dojin Circle. That was the group that was responsible for the much beloved and missed arcade game Waka. He also collaborates a lot with Rough Sketch and Shisho, who are also both part of the same circle. You'll see them in a lot of rhythm games as well, but this is Topazolite's time to shine. One of the best hardcore producers in the Dojin scene right now, in my humble opinion. And one of his better songs, too, I would like to point out. Like, a lot of his songs have this really energetic, bouncy bass line. Like, really wants you to get up and get moving. We really want to see those dancing emotes right now. Where's your cat jams, chat?
I want to see Dino dance. I want to see it all.
Yeah, show us your favorite dance emotes, y'all.
I also, real quick, want to point out that Topazolite is such a beloved artist in the speedrunning community that we have an entire category that is just their music. So if you are just a hardcore Topazolite fan and you love this game, you could speedrun this and have it be nothing but that.
Oh, you just sold me.
Join us. We've got categories for Ebimayo, Nanahira, we've got a Miku category, we've got a Muke category, we have Leaf. We've got a category that's just Noma and Usao. You'll meet both of them later on.
Oh, there's an Usao category too? Say less.
Yeah. Yes. Join us. Join us. We also have challenge runs. There's an entire category that's just called Howard Y, where you are limited to playing nothing but tracks charted by Howard Y.
Yeah, I see Jamich in chat. That's at least one person not surprised that I'm immediately salivating at the thought of an Usao category.
And then, of course, we have Danmaku mode, which is the Toho mode. Olivia mentioned the flying bullets that you would expect from a Toho. There's an entire gameplay mode that it can be activated that has multiple categories of gameplay for it. If you are at all interested in any of the details around Muse Dash speedrunning, please come talk to us.
Nice full combo.
Incredible work.
That sequence at the end was a little out of pocket, I think, but SoulMass went through that without a problem whatsoever.
I believed. I have always believed.
Yeah, here, since we find ourselves at the end of the Master 8 songs, I'm going to take a quick break and ask everybody to hydrate, because I'm going to hydrate as well. And host, how are we doing on them incentives?
Well, we are currently $50 out of 500. We are 10% of the way there.
Alright, come on, chat. We can do better than that.
I believe.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time to get that showcase unlocked because we are about halfway through the run.
And we still have quite a ways to go to get to that 100% incentive for Assassin's Creed as well. We want to see that category upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to see if we might give a little bit more time here, how are we doing on that Nyan Cat incentive? Did everybody still say yes to that?
Nyan Cat is completely yes to my knowledge at this point. Let me just double check. Let's see, that's right, I'm on push to talk. Yes, we are $100 for Nyan Cat, and I believe that's all yeses.
Okay, well, everybody loves Nyan Cat, and they said yes to Nyan Cat, so let's go.
There's also that other incentive that if we hit $5,000, we will be upgrading the Assassin's Creed run.
Oh no, what have we done?
I don't think we need to say anything about this.
Let me remind you quickly what we're donating for. We're donating to True Colors United, and in the United States, 4.2 million youth experience homelessness every year, with lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning youth 120% more likely to experience homelessness than their non-LGBTQ plus peers. Which is why we need charities like True Colors United to help out in these situations. Anyway, here's Nyan Cat.
Yeah, this kind of speaks for itself. I'm just gonna let it happen.
Let me remind you, chat, you chose this.
if I may, I feel like I must address the Nyan Cat in the room. Gamers, you might be wondering why Nyan Cat is in this game. The answer is obvious, it's Nyan Cat, but the more specific answer is because Muse Dash has a really good sense of humor. In addition to collabs with other rhythm games, they release annual updates on April Fool's Day, and Nyan Cat was bestowed upon us on one of those beautiful occurrences. And because it was added to the game, it just lives here now. And it is the reason why we have the beautiful fever time at the top and the bottom of the screen, which is also very Nyan Cat coded. It's also the reason why we're able to engage in cat mode, which we're seeing right now. All three of our base muses, Maria, Rin, and Boro, have the ability to turn into cat girls at your behest. All because of Nyan Cat update on an April Fool's 1 year. Incredible, iconic, legendary. Thank you.
Nice full combo.
I'd like to point out that we are 6 for 7 on full combos.
Yeah, we're
That
gaming.
rules.
That won't last too much longer because it's time to really get into the Master 9s and Master 10s.
Yeah, but we have to say the quiet part out loud. This next one, we're just going to be moshing really, really, really hard.
Oh, is it Barry Go time?
It's time to open up the pit and go to Barry Go.
Yeah, real quick. Freezer, another BMS artist, another Dojin Circle member. Interestingly enough, not one that really participates with the other Dojin Circles. Kind of does his own thing. This game has this song. This song whips.
Yeah, I don't want to talk over it too much. So I want to see dance emotes in chat. I just want to acknowledge for anyone who might be watching this in the future or over on YouTube after this is posted on our channel, that the chat has opened up the pit. It is like that meme of the guy moshing. That's chat right now. This is a beautiful moment, and I hope everyone watching this at home has that moment too.
Oh, get ready for the breakdown.
Oh, it's so good. I also want to point out this is a Howard Y track, and so we have some really stinky saw blade placement on that breakdown. It's so rude. But that's why we love Howard. He challenges us, he keeps our game strong, and he keeps the skill level really high. Oh, so good.
Yeah, that's another thing that Freezer is very well known for, is the completely unnecessarily hard breakdowns. Like, I can't think of a single rhythm game song that Freezer has put out that does not have the ridiculously unnecessarily hard breakdown in the middle.
Okay, but ridiculously unnecessary hard breakdowns, I feel like this track is nothing but that.
Yeah, which is interesting, because this is Muke, and Muke mainly sticks to future house and future bass, which are not genres that typically have breakdowns, but yeah, every now and then you gotta throw one in there.
The syncopation of the top and bottom channels here, wild.
Yeah, honestly, put more future house in rhythm games. God, Muke can do no wrong. This song whips, actually.
Oh, this breakdown though.
Oh, it's so good.
so good.
Another staple of the hardcore scene, the count-in coming back from the breakdown.
The tempo and pitch change here is so good.
Do we have a moment?
Absolutely.
I have a $10 donation here from Anonymous saying, can we get a Donyanshin train? A Donyanshin train? I cannot say that. Can we get a Donyanshin train going here for this run? And that, of course, is still going to the Muse Dash incentive, as well as going to that $5,000 milestone. So, thank you, Anonymous. And hopefully we can get that Donyanshin train you're asking for.
I like the idea of a Donyanshin train.
I feel like we just full comboed to manifest the Donyanshin train. Chat, I need you to make this happen.
Chat, please.
Everybody get ready to drop the bass.
Let me tell you something, gamers. My favorite tracks in this song are the ones that fall into the genre of tracks that verbally tell you when they're about to drop the bass. Yes, there are so many of them, and this might be the most powerful one. Noma is a prolific and well-beloved artist in Muse Dash. They have 4 very powerful songs. This one is one of the more challenging ones, and so I'm honestly shocked to see it so early in our playlist, but here we are, dropping the bass.
And that bass is expensive. If they're going to drop it every time, yeah. That's just what you give up for your art.
Listen, I'm gonna drop the bass so hard it lands in our basement. That's what it's for.
Ayo.
It's worth pointing out that while Noma has been around in Muse Dash for some time, this is one of the newer tracks. It was added earlier this year, and it has a newer charter named Vignette. Vignette's work is incredibly challenging. It blends precision and speed in a way that not a lot of charters do. And this section in particular is unique to their style.
Oh, this is juicy charting right here.
It's so good, and it's so smart the way that the alternating between the tracks works. And then it goes into this section with syncopation at a different pace. Oh, the way this entire chart is put together is so artful, and I think it's very playful in a way that's challenging without being super overwhelming. It makes a really good representative for the Master Nines.
Another casual full combo.
Yeah, no big deal. We're just gaming out here as a cat.
We're just gaming and getting PBs on live stream.
We do enjoy seeing the PBs in marathon setting. The marathon buff is real, chat.
True, it's true. Speaking of the marathon setting, yeah, we're in the final leg.
Yeah. And this is DJ Norikin and Aran, 2 more of my favorite Dojin artists, both part of Tanoshi as well. Aran actually responsible for 2 of the most popular songs that have come out of the Bimani series, LFO and Fashion, which are both insanely popular songs within those communities. Absolutely great artist. Has some stuff on Spotify that's really good as well. Just gonna let the song speak for itself, because Norikin also has a lot of bangers, and this collab is amazing. This is such a good collab.
It's so good. I do want to point out that the song is also very, very fun to play. It looks much more challenging than it is. When you get into it, it flows so beautifully.
Oh yeah, this is the first time I'm seeing the Master Gen for this, and I'm sight reading it right now. Like, I can tell exactly what's going on. This is beautiful charting work.
I'm also just really, really biased towards any song that has both a beautiful piano section and a rippin' guitar segment, and this song has both. So this, you know, it's peak.
This might be a good time to remind chat that we do appreciate you being here. Whether you donate or not, and all Power Up with Pride social media can be found using the exclamation point social in chat. That's exclamation point SOCIAL, and you can join us on YouTube, Blue Sky, Mastodon, or Discord.
Casual full combo, let's go.
Yeah, no big deal on Comet Coaster, of all things. How dare you?
All rise for the national anthem.
It's time, yeah. Everybody, I need you to stand up out of your seats and start slamming those dance emotes in chat.
I am lounging, but I put my feet up on the back of the couch.
Yeah, I accept that. It's the energy we need. Because this is perhaps one of the most notorious and beloved Noma tracks in the game. I'm gonna let it speak for itself, but when the time comes, gamer, I hope you all join me in the copy pasta. I want to see copy pastas and donos. I want to see copy pastas in chat.
Speaking of donuts,
Hit us with them.
Rename James has donated $40 with the comment, Nyan.
I missed this song being on Sound Vortex. Oh well.
Join us. It's here in Muse Dash.
It's in a couple games. Just not in Voltex anymore because Konami didn't want to pay the man.
I see chat popping off. Brain Power here is so viral. It's so fun. And it's such a good demonstration of the way that the energy of the song can be conveyed visually in placement of the enemies that you're knocking back and the gears. That was a great one.
It's so good. The next one's great too. Love Abimayo. What a surprise here. Another Dojin artist that got their start in BMS. A lot of Abimayo's early stuff came from BMS of Fighters, which is a very long-running contest where a lot of rhythm game artists cut their teeth, especially the ones that are working with the games that are key-sounded, like the ones that Konami makes, because B-Music Source is completely key-sounded, and BMS of Fighters requires key sounds. But Abimayo, very prolific artist in that scene, has a lot of songs that have crossed over from BMS into other games. There's a lot of songs in the Good series. There's Good Tech, Good Bounce. There's a lot of songs in that series, but this is World Invader, which is not part of that series. It's just Abimayo being very bouncy and dancey. All of his songs are like this. They're just very high energy dance tracks. Very good stuff.
I do want to point out real quick, you might be noticing some visual effects on this particular track that were not present, particularly when the very loud bonk sounds are happening. Muse Dash a couple updates ago, it's almost been a year now, added some really intense visual effects that add a layer of depth and challenge to the game that at times can be borderline inaccessible for folks who are photosensitive. So I do want to caution folks in chat that if you need to look away for a few minutes and just dance with us, please do. We completely understand. This game can be a lot to take in at once.
We are $290 away from 5,000, chat. I know we can do it.
That's so close.
I believe.
Yeah, we've only got 2 songs left, chat. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, if we can unlock this Master 11 showcase, I heard from a very reliable source that there might be a secret, super secret, upgrade to the maximum difficulty of the game. The top secret, ultra hidden 12 rank. Would love to see that happen.
I also heard that there are 12s, and as a 2DX player, where 12 is the highest difficulty rating, I was sure would like to see what a Muse Dash 12 looks like. Casual full combo!
Casual!
But we are $400 away from that level 11 unlock, so come chat, come on, let's do this, I believe it!
Yeah, we've got 2 tracks to get there, and they are both absolute bangers. I do want to point out, this next one that SoulMass will be playing was one of the very first songs I was recommended to play in the game, which you know who you are and you know what you did. But also, I do recommend that if you are learning this game, that you start with this one if you want to learn some of the more intense mechanics. Absolutely powerful intro.
Very French core intro, too.
When I first started playing this game, I started playing this track a lot, and I could hear this synth line in my head in my sleep. I would be doing my dishes and I would hear it.
Oh, that's terrifying. I love it.
Is this a moment?
Yes.
This is a moment.
Awesome, we have Super Blood Wolf Moon donating $10 saying, Let's go!
Oh!
Let's go! God, Frenchcore is a very underrepresented genre in rhythm games, which is awkward because it's so perfect for rhythm games.
Yeah.
Okay, produce more Frenchcore, please. And before anyone asks, Frenchcore did not come from France. No one's really sure why it's called that as far as I know. It just is.
Here's a fun fact. I didn't know that Frenchcore was represented in this game as a distinct genre because sometimes my genres blend together a little bit. But there is a specific track in this game called K's Off that we will not be seeing in the showcase that very literally takes you on a musical trip through the different genres that this game has, and it names them in the process. And it pulls out a specific artist, and it's like, this is Frenchcore, and it gives you a little taste of it, and then it moves on. It's like, here's trap music, here's all of this stuff, here's hardcore, and it gives you a nice sampler of what to expect in this game. And it is far from the only representative of Frenchcore. There's quite a bit of it in here now that there's been several updates. That full combo, how dare you?
That's what, all but 2 have been full combos?
How dare you? This is so good.
I believe this one coming up is the last song, is it not?
Yeah, this is
It
a
is.
final
Yeah.
track, y'all, and it is a stamina bonanza. So I'm gonna focus up, get my fingers rolling. Y'all only have a couple minutes to finish this incentive, so get those donations in now.
Yeah, please, chat.
$390 to go.
And if you did not rise for the last national anthem, you have one more chance to rise for the other rhythm game national anthem. But also Flower, which I don't think is in Muse Dash. That's also the rhythm game. We have a lot of national anthems in this series. Rhythm game genre, whatever you want to call it. Freedom Dive, Psy, kind of a running joke because it's in literally every game at this point except 2DX. I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. If you play rhythm games, you've heard this song at this point. It's just known for being extremely unnecessarily difficult, like to the point of being a meme. I can't remember the name of the difficulty, but there's a chart for it in BMS that is probably the hardest chart that anyone has ever passed in a normal setting without like slowing down the song. It's kind of wonky.
Yeah.
4 dimensions. That's it. 4 dimensions.
This track is already very, very difficult at the level 10. But I do want to point out that there is a hidden rank 12 for this track that was widely regarded as the hardest one in the entire game. But of course, featuring that in a marathon setting it's wildly impressive, but it's also rude. Because look at this! This is so impressive as it is.
Yeah, and let's remind everyone, this is a 10.
This is only a 10! It gets harder. The 11s are harder, and the hidden 12s are even harder than that. There's modded content that goes all the way up to a 14, I think, now in terms of like player-created content for this game.
That's too much.
Yeah, and it's true that in the game itself, as intended, it's only 2 channels. There are some modded tracks that players have developed that are up to 4 channels. And you can have 8 simultaneous inputs. It is pretty ridiculous how complex this game can be when you really are invested in finding that experience. I was sitting here screaming, crying, throwing up, watching that number go up. Look at that, that's beautiful.
Casual Freedom Dive full combo.
It's so good!
You'll love to see it.
Ooh, my fingers are tired.
I can imagine.
All right, so how are we doing on the incentives? Let's hear the damage.
There has been no change.
All right, everybody. I thank you so much for all of your donations. Anyway, everything is going toward a great cause. I just want to shout out at the very end here my commentators, Big, Liv. You both did an amazing job. Thank you so much for joining me here on Muse Dash. Each of you got something you want to say?
I'll say plenty while I'm hosting. Go ahead, Big.
I just want to say thanks for having me. It's been a really good time, and I always love coming out for Muse Dash. And I also love supporting other breakers, so thank you. Breakers mentioned.
Breakers mentioned.
Breakers mentioned!
Indeed, Breakers mentioned. Thank you so much to the Binary Breakers community for being a great community for so many of us here at the Power Up with Pride marathon, this event. Also, shout out to, of course, Power Up with Pride and the Power Up with Pride team, staff, volunteers. All of you have done a great job this weekend. Let's bring it on home with one last run. Everybody stick around for Picole doing Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And thank you for watching Muse Dash. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.
And that is also my time. I have had a fantastic time hosting the Rhythm Block here. Thank you very much to Power Up with Pride for letting me do this. I hope to do it again, and hope to be one of your runners next time, and all that other fun stuff. Meanwhile, I'm going to slip off and watch that Assassin's Creed run from the sidelines and hand this over to your next host, Olivia. It should be a familiar voice to everyone. You're up.
Yeah, how about that? I'm going from commentating that run to hosting. Like I said when I opened the marathon, I'm also going to be your closing host. It is that time, and it is Assassin's Creed Syndicate. But we did just watch Muse Dash for almost 45 minutes. Gamers, get up, stretch, grab a drink, do what you need to do. Take care of yourselves. You're watching Power Up with Pride 2025. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll bring this thing on home. All right, welcome back to Power Up with Pride 2025, everyone. We're so happy to have you all here with us this evening. It's been an amazing event. We've had a lot of fun. We've raised a lot of money. But, you know, we got just a couple things that we would like to point out. So, Power Up with Pride supports True Colors United. They're a great charity. This year, they're assisting their regional shelter partners around the deportation raids and the rights of young people who are seeking services, pushing back on the federal government's DEI bans, and advocating for HUD funding that directly supports young people experiencing homelessness. and they're pushing for new protection legislation in support of young people experiencing homelessness despite many challenges in Congress. Your support is more important than ever and deeply appreciated. And on that note, we have got some support from a handful of people. We have $25 from Lamprey, Ayo, Soen's Brain Power. Unfortunately, like 20 minutes ago, I missed that one, but thank you for the donation. $20 from Sunny and $10 from Chudley. No comments on those. $25 from my good buddy Jamich. One for the road, he says. Good to see you, Jamich. Love you, bud. And then finally, just a little tiny one here from Millie T. Fox. $2,500 from Millie T. Fox. Comment here says, haven't been able to watch much this weekend, but I'm proud of the work everyone is doing to help a great cause. Thank you all. No, thank you. Thank each and every one of you. Whether you donated $5 like I did, or you donated roughly what I make in a month like Millie T. Fox did, everything that you're doing, even if you're just here watching, helps spread the word and supports a great cause. So thank each and every one of you for being here with us this weekend. And if there's any runs that you missed throughout the weekend, don't forget they will be uploaded to our YouTube. You can always watch the VODs here on Twitch as well, as long as they are here, but they will be uploaded to our YouTube in the next couple of weeks as well, so make sure you're following our YouTube channel to be able to catch all of those VODs. I do believe that we are ready for our Assassin's Creed run, which with that big donation, I believe did get us upgraded to the 100%. So we are going to see everything that Pickle has to offer in that category. We'll give them just another minute or two to finish getting set up, and then we will go create some assassins. I think that's what that series is about. Stay tuned.